Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth lesson of making the more advanced tank model. The last lesson we finished creating the basic model, and now we're going to start adding some animation to it. So you're going to basically animate the valves here turning. I think it's these two valves, and then this turning. And also this turning. Basically, the water is coming from here out of to here and then overflowing. So we closed all the valves, so it's gonna open, and then we're gonna animate it closing. Next lesson, we're gonna animate the water coming out. But this lesson, we're just gonna animate the water. However, let's make some changes first. So over here, not here. Okay, here. I'm gonna set valve vent and is equal to create valve, and you'll see why. Alright, now we can start creating or animating our thing. So I'm just gonna add this fundamental, call it animate valve handles. Okay, and here's another comment between frame 1 and n. Open valve. Open valve 5, 6, 7, and then. So for HV valve 5H, valve 6H, valve 7H, and the valve vent. And we just coded that in mixed up. Okay. Now here, ensure closed at frame 1. HV rotation Euler. Remember we used Euler before. Equals Euler 0, 0, 0. So they're not rotated at all. Then the keyframe insert data path. So frame 1. Frame 1, there's basically, it's the same as now. The valve positions are the same as now. Now we're going to code an opening by frame 10. So HV.rotation Euler equals Euler 0, 0. Math.radians 90, so or it's rotating 90 radians. XYZ. So the Z is rotating 90 radians because you can see 0, 0, and then the Z is rotating, which means that since it's running through this line and making the cursor. So it's through that, so it's rotating along that, so it's going to turn. HV keyframe insert, and this isn't a plus sign, this is an equal sign, equals, and you don't have the equal here, it's data path is rotation Euler, because you rotate it using Euler, and it's frame 10. So we're repeating this for each valve, so that's why there's a for loop. And HV is just like a variable for each of them, so HV dot here 2. So step 2, between frame 60 and 70. Close valve 5, valve 6, and valve vent. So you notice that we don't close valve 7. They don't want to close valve 7 here. We don't want to close valve 7, and you'll see why in later episodes. Alright. But valve 7 stays open. Okay. For HV, the variable, valve 5H, valve 7, valve 6H, valve 7H, valve vent, handle, HV.rotation, Euler is Euler 0, 0, math.radians, 90. And then here is two quotation marks instead of one. XYZ. So yeah, it's like the past ones, XYZ. We'll rotate 90 radians on the z-axis again. HV.keyframe insert, because it wants to keep rotating it. Actually, yeah, keep rotating it until frame 60. So you rotate that. Start radians 90. So that's like 180. Keyframe insert. So it's going to rotate 180 in this data path. This rotation Euler frame is 60. So frame 60 it keeps going. Now here, let's insert the variables we need, the valves we need. Notice how I didn't add valve 7 because this for loop is going to close the valves. You're not going to close valve 7. HV.rotation Euler equals Euler 0, 0, 0, x, y, z. So similar to this, because they're the same position. And then let's obviously we have to insert keyframe. So keyframe insert data path is rotation frame 7. Alright, and now let's push run. Oh, you see the animation? See, they're rotating and then they rotate back. Rotate, they rotate back. And I was wrong about it going 180 degrees. It's actually 90 degrees, and you're just doing this so to make sure that it stays at 90 degrees radians till valve 60. So that's my bad. And you can see it rotates back, except for vent 7. So if you see, these 4 all rotate, except this one doesn't rotate back. You can see it, yeah, all of them rotated, but then if 3 of them close, this one stays open. So that's it for this lesson. Next lesson we're going to create the water flowing out. So bye.